everyone, it's Darkseeker here again. Welcome back for another video. I hope you're having a great weekend. Happy Sunday to all of you, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I hope you're staying safe and I hope you're keeping well. Today we are playing ScarletHS's Odd Hunter. This is a departure from my usual decks that I feature. This is a more aggressive deck than I'm used to playing. ScarletHS is a viewer of this channel and had asked me after my last video to try this deck out. And there is an incredibly well-written guide on Hearthstone that he has written, and I had a read of the guide and I thought, wow, okay, I need to try this deck because ScarletHS hit Legend in the September 2020 season and had a really positive win rate, 47 wins, 29 losses. It's really good. And the guide is, as I say, well written, well structured, really clear headings. It goes through the mulligans, it goes through your good matchups, your bad matchups. Turns out Priest isn't good for us, but you have good matchups against Warlock, Rogue, Mage, and you do well against other hunters. So I'm not going to go through all of the cards in this deck, and I'm not going to try and explain all of the dynamics because I wouldn't be able to do it justice. Honestly, you should go and read that guide. The link is in the video description. And he explains the overall game plan. He explains general mulligans, specific mulligans, card substitutions, and all of that. It's so well done. One thing, though, that I have taken away from playing this deck with a small number of games is the hero power. It does 3 damage. It really matters. Weave in that hero power whenever you can, and you just stand a better chance of killing your opponent. That's one thing that has helped me. Very basic, but I think perhaps quite important. Okay, let's have a look at the deck in action then on the Wild Mode ladder. And it's a warrior. Okay. So, I'll be honest, I would much prefer that this was Pirate Warrior because I think with this deck we can match Pirate Warrior on the board. We can go toe-to-toe with the Pirates and I think we can come out on top. So according to the guide, Dwarven Sharpshooter is by far the best one drop in the deck. That hero power does 3 damage, as I've already mentioned. If you have the Sharpshooter on board, you can snipe down most early game minions that get played, and actually use that as a way to control the board. And that's pretty impressive. Oh, you'd hate to see that. Patches from hand. Although Patches brought a friend. It's not bad. Okay, just going for some board presence here. This deck is not a brainless deck. Some people may look at it and think, oh, it's an aggro deck, it's brainless. It's not. There are decisions to be made. And the guide that was written proves that there are decisions to be made. So, we have the Sharpshooter in hand. However, we don't have the mana with which to target the cannon. So for now, again, board presence as best as I can. The concern is that we get overwhelmed by pirates and the cannon starts sniping down our own minions. So the priority next turn is to play the Sharpshooter, kill the cannon, and then we should be okay. Okay, it's a weapon to kill my minion. That's annoying, but okay, sure.
Nothing but a bunch of big birds.
Nothing but a bunch of big birds. I absolutely love that little intro there from the Sharpshooter. It's pretty cool. Alright, so what are the chances the Sharpshooter dies this turn? He'll find a way to kill it, surely, right? Oh, he has to, actually, because if he doesn't kill it, that Sharpshooter is going to start killing whatever he puts down on the board. It's a haha. That's unfortunate. He goes face! Are you kidding me? Oh, haha again. Gonna trade. Haha to the face?
Well played.
Or haha for the trade? He's thinking about... Oh, he goes face! Mistake. That's a mistake, in my opinion. He is underestimating the power of the sharpshooter. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So, decisions to be made here on how I go about this turn. I think this is fine. We have buffed the sharpshooter. He's going to have to work harder to kill it. Both ha-has are gone. So what other charging pirates does he have? Does he have any? I don't think so. So in theory, the sharpshooter should be safe now. The only thing to worry about are more weapon attacks. Oh, Rush. Oh, okay. This is interesting. And Bran? This is not a typical pirate warrior. So is this Galacrond pirate warrior? I think so. Fascinating.
The moment is upon us.
I guess Rush is fine. We can't weave in the hero power though if we play it. Leaving Bran on board doesn't appeal to me at all. It's quite scary, actually. So, So ScarletHS, if you're watching this, how many misplays have I already made in these first few turns? So if he's playing a Galacron deck, do they play Brawl? Do they have ways of controlling the board as well? But I wouldn't think so. Oh, okay, that's a way of controlling the board. Oh, it doesn't multiply. That's really good. Yeah, I was just thinking of AoE. I think we're fine here. Must remember to weave in those hero pairs.
I will act as your skin.
Okay, Galacron confirmed. The taunt is a minor annoyance. It's not a significant annoyance because we can just bash through it quite easily here. Putting him under quite an amount of pressure here. The Leper Gnomes are going to seal his fate, I think. So ideally, if we want max damage, we trade the Leper Gnomes into a minion. You get the 2 damage Death Rattle, rather than just doing the 1 damage to his face if they were to attack directly.
The pirate's code. Rust the pirate's code.
And I believe that is lethal with Kill Command.
Let none survive.
There we go. Let's give him a big hug. Beautiful lethal. Absolutely beautiful. Alright. This is a bad matchup, apparently,
Victory for the Forsaken.
against the priest. So, I haven't read far enough into the guide to really figure out how best to approach this particular matchup. So are we just trying to pressure him as early as possible? Still look for the sharpshooter in order to be able to clear minions from the board? Is that the strategy here? Or do I just keep that hand because it's all playable?
None will survive.
One of the most positive aspects about this deck is it has the element of surprise. No one is playing this kind of deck, or specifically Odd Hunter. No one is playing it. So you will face opponents who won't know how to react to your deck. And it'll take them a few turns to figure it out, and by that point, hopefully you can kill them. So, was that turn 1 play correct? I've got maximum board presence there. And I don't know, was that right? We can play companion, we get charge, okay. There is the companion that buffs the board with attack. We didn't get that. That's unfortunate. Okay. In my brain, that's good pressure. It's max pressure. Although Tour Guide would have allowed me to hero power. Would that have been better? To do 3 damage? So there are decisions, right, to be made. There are things you need to think about. In the meantime, we're giving the priest a lot to think about. And this is not bad. I mean, for a turn 2 board, this was not bad at all.
Let the pain speak to
Ooh, okay. Oh, kill command. Or skill command, as some people like to call it. I guess we need to kill the Acolyte. You can just get too much value from it. It almost feels bad wasting 3 damage on the minion. Because that's what it feels like. It feels like you're wasting damage on a minion rather than hitting face. Okay. So next turn, we can hero power for free, 4 mana, kill command, and something else from hand. That's fine. Kill commands, do you just want to keep them in hand until the end and use them as an ultimate finisher, a surprise finisher? Or do you use them as the game progresses? Just as direct damage? And this is why Priest is a problem. Healing. Ugh.
Is someone injured?
Is someone injured? Yes, your face is injured. That was a mean thing to say. How much damage is this? Just do it.
Let none survive.
And hope and pray. He is 1 turn off of Reno, right? So we load the board up in the hopes that whatever we put down is going to be enough to finish him off. I'm just scared there's going to be some mass AoE that just removes this board. Like that. Oh, that's annoying. The cleric lives. We need 1 damage. It is not 1 additional damage. Do we kill the cleric? Do we care about the cleric? Could he heal the cleric, draw a card that saves him?
Nothing but a bunch of big bears.
Possibly. Okay, let's do this. Now, if he has a taunt, that does not save him. He needs to heal his face significantly. He did find some healing from Shadow Visions previously. And there we go. He's just dead. There was no Reno Jackson either. And Thalnos is not it. That's beautiful. Wow. Wow. That felt really, really satisfying to kill a priest like that. Okay, next game. So once again, I'm keeping the Sharpshooter. As the guide recommends, it's a really good card to keep early. Not sure how I feel about the kill command being there, though. I think it's a bit early for that. So, ScarletHS has got 9 wins against a Warlock, 3 losses. So we seem to be favoured. Although, does it depend on what kind of Warlock it is? If it's Q-Block, I think we could just burst them down. Because their early plays are quite slow. Obviously, you've got to watch out for Defile. Or other AoEs that they run. I guess Reno Lock could be a bit more of a problem if they have Reno on 6, for example. Discard Lock, can we keep up with Discard Lock? I think with Dwarven Sharpshooter, yes. Mortal Coil? Is that what you're doing here? Or not? Okay. Oh, that's quite spooky. Is that a glitch on my side? Or just a general glitch with the software that... Oh. Okay, it's fine now. Interesting. Maybe we just silence it? Or do we ignore it? Silencing feels... I don't know. I don't know. Do we hunt? We hunt for something else first to see what we get. Horsey or toxic reinforcements? I'm thinking of the value with the toxic reinforcements here. Just long-term value in terms of being able to kill him.
Let none survive.
Oh, he says whoopsie. Does that mean we screwed up? Do you know, in hindsight, toxic reinforcements is a bad pick. It was a very bad pick. I think I should have gone with the horse. Because looking at his health total here, he's so low. The horse would just give us probably just enough damage to push lethal. Oh, okay, he's killing stuff. Huh. Well, you may be eternal, but we can silence you. Yeah, I really regret not picking the horse. So horse would be lethal next turn, even if he removes the board. Horse plus hero power would just be enough to finish the game. Mal'Ganis trades into an owl. Isn't that something?
What mess have you summoned me to?
Yeah. Thankfully, that's lethal. We didn't need the horse after all. Oh, wow. Okay. So, do you know how I said Priest was bad matchup for this deck? There are a lot of Priests on the ladder at the moment. So, if you are facing lots of Priests, is this a good deck to be piloting on the ladder? Based on ScarletHS's win rate against Priest, I think the answer is no. So, if you're facing lots of Priests, maybe don't play this deck. If you're not facing many Priests, then play this deck. Maybe the advice to follow. Oh, interesting. I was pondering whether to coin out the tour guide, but no, I don't think we do. Just to weave in hero power and get some progress made on getting the Lepinomes out. Alright, this is fine. Next turn, potentially Animal Companion. I miss playing Animal Companion. I remember in the days of old, Hunter was frequently played. And Animal Companion was just one of the best 3-drops that you could play in the game of Hearthstone, in general. Of course, when it gives you Leok, you're sad, right? You always hope for Huffer. Misha, not bad. It's a 4/4 with Taunt. It's not bad. That's painful. Has he healed? And cleared my board. And at this point, you kind of feel like the game is slipping away because you sort of think, okay, is he going to have answers now every turn to the board that I play? Is he going to have AoE? All that on 5 with a free healing hero power now is insane. That feels bad, but it feels like I have to control the board, have to kill Raza. Now the Lepinomes may give me a little bit of hope here. Because that is 6 damage with the Death Rattle. We have 2 charging horses, that is 4 damage. But I somehow don't see us getting to a point where we can kill him. I can just see Reno coming down. I can see Psychic Scream on 7 maybe. I see you. Thankfully I have no spells to play. Huh. Right, I'm cashing this in now. Before Psychic Scream or something else that silences the Lepinomes. And I think do I throw everything face now? I think I do. I think that 2 damage to the face is relevant. Who cares what Lotheb does now? Oh, we're gonna be rich. Gonna be rich. So if he didn't have that, if he did not have Reno, would I have won that game? I think I would have. Interesting. Okay, so ScarletHS's Odd Hunter. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to play a deck that gives you quick games, this is the deck for you. If you want to play a deck that lets you know very quickly whether you're winning or losing, game, this is the deck for you. If you want to play a deck that has seemingly a positive win rate against mages, a positive win rate against other hunters, against demon hunters, against rogues, against warlocks, against aggressive warriors, this is definitely the deck for you. If you're facing priests, maybe reconsider. But other than that, you can't argue with the stats. And the stats for ScarletHS show 47 wins and 29 losses. That's a good deck to take to Legend, right? I think it equates to roughly a 62% win rate. So, all in all, a fun deck, but there are decisions to be made. And as you read the guide that ScarletHS has published on Hearthstone, you start to see what those decisions are. He talks about turns 3 and 5, and he says that those 2 turns are hugely impactful in whether you win the game or not. And then he goes on to explain why those turns are impactful. So before you play the deck, please read the guide, okay? Also, consider some of the comments that he makes on card substitutions. For example, he talks about Ironbeak Owl that could be swapped out for a second copy of Unleash the Hounds because silence is not always needed. I think it just depends on what you're facing, right? If you're facing lots of cube locks that just put down big taunt demons, then yes, the Owl is helpful. If you're not, if you're just facing aggro, then maybe second Unleash can help you get the win. One thing that is lovely about this deck is it does bring back memories for me. So I know for a while on Standard, I know that Face Hunter was a thing. It's not much of a thing anymore from what I can see. But it actually makes me think back to the early days of Hearthstone, when Hunter was quite an aggressive class in itself. And you just curved out really well with aggressive cards and kept weaving in your hero power and would just beat down your opponent. That's what this brings back memories of. And this kind of hunter is rare to see on Wild. If you look at the Tempo Storm meta snapshot, Hunter does not even feature in the first 3 tiers of the snapshot, and Reno Hunter appears as tier 4. So Hunter just seems to be completely underrepresented in Wild. No one expects it, and perhaps people out there don't know how to play against a deck like this or how to adapt to it. So you have the element of surprise, and for that reason alone, I would certainly recommend this deck for you to give it a try. Okay, thank you very much for joining me, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. A big thank you to ScarletHS for the deck, and I will see you all again very soon, as always, for more Wild Mode fun.